I know Chigs is in here recording this.
No Chid Smooth in here, right? So whatever you say,
you know, Chig gonna have everything up there.
whatever you say, Chid's gonna be on YouTube.
We got
man.
Joe in the building. How are you, bro?
Yo, what's good, my boy? Yo, I'm happy to be here. Happy to be sitting down with you, man.
For sure. Appreciate that, man. So this is your first time being on my platform, right?
Right.
For those who don't know who Joe Ogun is, who are you?
Man, my name is Joe O. I'm from Franklin, New Jersey. I'm your favorite Nigerian demon. Man, that's all about me, man. Your favorite artist, Jersey's finest. I was born in the States. I was born in New York, but I grew up in New Jersey.
Okay, got you. And did you have any siblings growing up? Did you have a two family?
No, I grew up with my siblings, my brother and my sister, single mother for the most part, until I got older, and then I met my dad eventually, and I started, kicking it with him. But yeah, single mother, two siblings, three of us.
Was that weird meeting him later on?
Nah, because I had met him when I was young, but I ain't grow up with him. You know what I'm saying? So, your pops coming to your football games and all of that stuff, I ain't get that experience, but I knew who my dad was type shit,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Was he also Nigerian too?
Yeah.
Now, was there ever any conversation about him taking you back home to Nigeria?
Nah, my mom's though. It was my mom's because I grew up with my mom's.
Right.
So my dad wasn't really there all the time to have those conversations with me. But now my mom told me, yo, funny you said that. My mom tricked me into going to Nigeria.
How was that?
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie, bruh. It was hectic, but when I look back at it, it was one of the things that changed my life for the better and for the worse. Being sent to Nigeria as a youngin'.
Yeah, a lot of people don't know. I was actually born there, right? And growing up there is very, very different from here.
Yeah.
Starting with just culturally. So was there kind of a big culture shock coming from America to Nigeria?
Oh, hell yeah. All the fucking students in my class made fun of me, my accent and all of that shit. It's funny because when I was over there, they made fun of my accent for American accent. And then when I came back over here, when I just came back after finishing school over there,
right?
People out here said my accent was African. I'm like, y'all trying to fuck with me. I was like, nah, I ain't. Nah.
So what got you into music?
Man, music has been a part of my family for a minute, even before I was born. My uncle, he used to be big into music. He was a big music lover and fan, and he used to roll around with different artists back in the day in Nigeria and before he came here type of shit. So, my other uncles, they managed artists. So it's always been a thing in my family. My uncle played the drums, my brother played the piano, my sister sings here and there,
right.
So music has always been a part of my bloodline type shit. So
right, because a lot of people, Nigerian parents, they do not want you to do anything outside of being a doctor and an engineer.
That's a fact.
Now, was your mom accepting of you wanting to do music?
Man, shouts out to Mom Dukes. Nah, she was not fucking with it, bro.
How was that conversation?
It was bad.
Yeah?
It was never a conversation because I knew better. I knew better to tell my mom I'm trying to be an artist growing up. Young Nigerian kid, she did not come to this country just to her son be a rapper.
Right.
And I told her when I wanted to be a rapper, she said, how many rappers make it? For real.
Yeah.
And I'm like, she don't know that I got bars. You feel me? But I respect it in a way because it's not what she used to. It's not her culture. She didn't grow up like that. She don't know about that shit. You feel me? So it's you know what I'm saying? It's cool.
Did you end up finishing college before you try to be a rapper, or were you kind of doing both?
Oh, nah, I went to college. I went to college at first when I went to college and shit. At first, I was like, all right, let me just focus on the school shit to make my parents happy. You know what I'm saying? To show them I could do it.
Right.
Because growing up in school and shit, I was so bad, F's, all that shit. And then it wasn't because I couldn't comprehend the work. It was because I just was a kinesthetic learner. Don't put me in no seat for 6 hours and shit. But yeah, work is easy. Like, I went to college, first couple of weeks, like halfway through the semester, I'm bombing, answering everything in class.
Yeah.
Like I'm answering all the questions. I'm like, look, I just came out from Nigeria. I'm ready to do everything. You heard? So it's like, I was answering all the questions, but when I proved to myself that I could do it, I was like, fuck it. Let me put my focus on what I need, what this focus that I'm putting into school, what it really needs to be on, and that was music.
So then you graduated college.
No, I didn't graduate. I dropped out before before my associate's degree. Yeah, because I was just like, I already aced school for like weeks and weeks and weeks. I already proved to myself that I could do this shit. I was like, let me do what I really want to do, music. Let me ace that. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So in my second year, my grades started falling because I was on the music and shit. Like,
Right.
I was dedicated to the music. So then from that point, it was like, before I could get my associate's degree, I was like, yeah, it's over.
So then talk to me about that transition period, right? Where you drop out of college and now what's next, right? You're not really making money from rap.
Nah, but that's why, like, it's important to love what you do, because I was so in love with the music. It didn't matter if I was getting 3 pennies or 3 million. You know what I'm saying? So I was doing that shit comfortably. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, the transition was very hard, you know, and it really is, because it's not hard for me, but it's hard for people around me to accept that shit. You know, my family, my brother and my sister, like, they looking at me like, you about to really drop out of college to do music?
Did you have to work kind of a regular job just to, sustain yourself?
Boston Market, I'd never
Boston
forget,
Market,
man.
yeah.
I'll never forget, bro. I was roasting them rotisserie chickens in the back, bro. Washing them dishes, man. Eating them cornbreads, man. Shouts out to my bitch ass manager too, Raggy. Like, yo, like I'll never forget, bro. Like, yeah, Boston Market was my first job, man. It was hectic, but it was the first time I was touching money like that. That I was like, okay, this is a hustle. You feel me? I wasn't with it. It didn't last long, but
Right.
it was still a good experience, though. You know what I'm saying?
I think rappers don't really talk about that period of struggling, because a lot of people, you have to work a regular job, or you're scamming or you're robbing, but you got to do something for money.
Listen,
People don't really make it into rap, like, once you make your first song, right? Like, it takes a while.
bruh, and shouts out to my homie that time. Like, it was one of my neighbors. He had told me, he always used to see me, and he cool, African homie. I'm like, yo, what's up? Like, you not going to school no more? I'm like, nah, I'm just outside type of shit. And he like, yo, come get money with me. Like, I work over hour time at Boston Market, and I'm in yada, yada, yada. I'm like,
Right.
He was like, you could put that money into your music. And then I was like, you know what? Maybe you right. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, it was necessary, to understand that process. Even though it was chicken change at the time, it was necessary for me to go through that process as a youngin, transitioning from stop going to school to having to work to, secure my needs and my wants and stuff like that. So it was a good lesson learned then.
So then at this point, what are you thinking? You're still doing rap, but you're working a regular job. I'm sure you're probably thinking, man, I can't wait until this one song kind of takes me over, right?
Hell yeah. That period is just like, man, I was just in love with the music when I was young. That was like more so when I was young, like 17 years,
Right.
18 years old at the time. And I was just like, man, like, just being in the studio alone for me was a dream come true at that time. Talk less of having a music video. Like, so just being around music used to give me a crazy drive, like, just to be around it. Because let me tell you something, when I was 15, I knew that this was what I was going to be doing.
Mm-hmm.
When I was 15 years old, I already told myself, like, yo, I can't wait to get in the studio and can't wait to do that. The second I got in the studio, every time after that just kept on feeling like the new feeling, that old feeling.
Right,
like,
right.
I promised myself, like, yo, this is what I wanted to do. So for me, it was like, it's like, bruh, it was the best decision I ever made. Getting in the studio, getting away from the streets, away from the negativity, away from, and putting that energy into something productive.
Got you. So then back then, what type of music were you making? Were you rapping? Were you doing Afro beats, or were you?
Back then I was doing just doing straight hip hop. You know what I'm saying?
Like rap, street
rap, hip hop. I'm a product of hip hop, man. I was born in New York. I grew up in New Jersey. Like grew up on Biggie, Jay-Z, all of them type of people. You know, New York hip hop and all of that shit. So hip hop was big growing up, but it's until when I went to Nigeria.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Then that's when I got influenced to start implementing my Nigerian culture into my music. You know, and that was like when I was like probably 15, 16.
Right. 8 to 10 years ago, right?
Yeah.
There was a big influence, kind of a wave of Afro beats, right?
Yes.
Obviously, you had Drake, Wizkid, Rihanna, Tory Lanez,
Right.
Tyga. Everybody was trying to get into the whole Afro beats genre, right?
Right.
Was that what you would kind of try to get into at the time or no?
When they was all getting into Afrobeat now.
Okay.
Because let me tell you something. At the time, the sound, the way I mix Afro with my hip hop and my rap and my sound now, yeah, I don't feel like that way was presenting itself when people were first coming out with Afrobeat in America.
Mm-hmm.
Like when they were bringing the Afrobeat sound to America, I don't feel like it was my time to show people what I got, what I got given to the game. I don't think it was that time. I don't think it was the time yet, but I would always hear people, close people, influential people in my life tell me like, yo, bro, you gotta put your culture in this shit, bro. Like you could rap. Like I've always been a spitter since day one. People knew that about me. And every school I went to was like, all my homies, they knew I spit. But they were like, yo, bro, you're Nigerian. And this wave is picking up.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So they were like, it makes no sense for you not to do this plus this. Rap on something like this. You know what I'm saying? But like probably a few people, not a few people around me, good enough amount of people around me were pressing me or challenging me to do that. You know what I'm saying? My cousin, this homie, a couple of my DJs that I fuck with, on a personal level, they was challenging me like, yo, we need you to do something that has your rap, but don't change nothing about your rap, but just combine it with the Afro, so that's where that came about.
How would you describe Afro beats? Because a lot of people feel like it's not being, kind of like you just said, it's not being represented right. What is Afro beats to Joe?
To Afro beats to Joe, see, I feel like it's a sound and it's a culture.
Right.
Yeah, it's between a sound and a culture. Like, if I'm hopping on the most trap beat ever, and I'm saying certain things that my people from my culture could relate to, it's Afro beats to me.
Right.
Because Afro beats is deeper than just the beat. It's the sound, it's the culture, it's the influence, it's everything that goes into it. So yes, Afro beat to me is about genre, sound, and if it's relatable to Afro beats.
Right.
But the Afro beat sound, yeah, that's different than what I consider Afro beats. If I hear an African artist rapping on a trap beat, to me, it's not Afro beats, but I would consider it under the umbrella. You know what I'm saying? So it's a part of Afro beats somehow. Yeah,
So
in
right
my
now,
opinion.
Who's the top 5 artists that you would say is kind of represented right?
Represented right in what, like
Afro beats, right?
In Afro beats?
Yeah.
Shit. And not in order.
DeVito, Burna Boy, yeah, no.
Yeah, not in order, but DeVito, Wizkid, Burna, one of the new guys right now that's going crazy. Like he everywhere. Rema, that's 4 and 5. Ira Star, she's dope. There's one female Afrobeat artist. She's popping from Nigeria. Ira Star, yeah, and Thames, yeah. Ira Star and Thames, they the future right now.
So now you got this song Magic Sturdy.
Yes, sir.
And it's popping everywhere.
Yes, sir.
The first time I heard it, I was in the gym working out, and it came on. I think I just searched it on my Spotify.
Right.
And I heard it, and I had to run it back at least 15 times. For me, that's a great measure of a song that's gonna be a hit, and a song that's gonna be one of my favorites.
Yeah.
How did that song come about?
Yeah, Magic Sturdy, man. Yo, shouts out to K Flock, man. One thing I say is that artists, man, y'all need to give more credit and more recognition on what inspires you. You feel me?
Right.
I'm not a type of artist that's gonna sit up here and try to be all cool and shit and try to act like K Flock and them didn't inspire Magic Sturdy.
In what way did they inspire that?
I was one of my favorite songs before I made Magic Sturdy was "Shake It" by
Okay,
K Flock
yeah.
with Cardi B in them.
Yep.
So I'm like, damn, shake it, shake it. You feel me? I fuck with it, and even come to find out, I'll give recognition where it's due. It was UG's. It was they had a whole artist drill beef going on. I ain't really look into it. You know what I'm saying? But I realized that there was these artists beefing UG's, K Flock. And then, but the song I heard was "Shake It" by K Flock because it obviously had Cardi on it and it was big. So on the radio and shit like that. So I'm hearing that song. I'm like, I'm fucking with it. I'm like, damn, this shit hard, bruh. And Akon, one of my favorites going up, like he on it and shit like that. And I'm like, man, who this Spanish nigga from the Bronx rapping over African nigga type sample? Like that's fire. Like, you know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So I'm like, bro, I need to do that shit, but I need to do that shit deeper than K Flock. I don't know where K Flock from, but if he's Hispanic or whatever like that, if he hopped on some Hispanic shit and started going crazy, right, his fans would be like, oh nah, that shit. So I said, you know what? Let me embody what I see and what that song is. You know what I'm saying? So from there, I was like, you know, I had made Magic Sturdy. I was thinking, I was just in my car, I was high as hell, just thinking like, yo, how could I do some shit where my people will really connect with it? You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? And I was listening to African samples. I was like, yo, what should I sample? And then that shit just came to me. Magic System, Premier Gao, because it's like, I thought about it. I was like, this is the biggest African song I know that me and my friends grew up on, like people around our age. Like if you was born anywhere from the 80s to 90s and you grew up in America, you know this song. You feel what I'm saying? Yeah,
the song plays at every single Nigerian party. Even non-Nigerian parties too.
Non-Nigerian party,
like pretty much any African event, the song plays.
Anything. Till this day, even young people, you go to some of these young parties, you still hearing people play that shit. So I'm like, damn. I'm like, nah, let me hit up this producer. Let's get this beat going. Let me hop on this shit for promotion. You know what I'm saying? And just throw it out there. I hop on this shit, send it out. I snap on this shit, like, but I don't even realize I snap on shit because the way I notice I snap on shit is by asking other people, like, yo, what you think of this? What you think of this? Right. And then when people giving me the response, like the 5 people I send my music to after I leave the studio, when they giving me the response, like, yo, this that one, then that make me go listen back to it, like, yo, what the fuck did I do on this shit? Then I'm like, all right, this shit is hard. I think all my shit is hard, but you can't be like over jacking yourself where you think like everything you do is hard. Like, okay, you think everything you do is hard, but like, go ask your homies, you know what I'm saying, that are unapologetic, that are going to tell you, yo, Joe, this shit ass. You feel me? And they going to look you in your face and be like, I don't know what to do. You feel me? So I sent it to them. They like, this is that one. You know what I'm saying? This is that one because, and it didn't just come about nowhere. I've been rapping on Afro beats, rapping, like spitting straight hip-hop shit, hip-hop flows on Afro beats since like 2017, 2018. Probably even before that, for real. So yeah, it's been a journey for real. That's kind of like how Magic Sturdy came about and the whole story about that, really. And
now you got the video out. Yeah. So what is next? I guess you're trying to work the record to different DJs.
Oh yeah. I'm trying to work the record right now. It's booming right now and everywhere. New York right now has been showing me the most love on the record, and Africa, all over Africa. So yeah, I'm grateful for that. And we just trying to pick it up and just trying to get the recognition that we deserve, because for real, I just want people to appreciate my art and understand where they heard this. You know what I'm saying? And just the recognition, basically, bro. Like with everything else, once the recognition comes, everything else will follow. I feel like.
Got you. What's your dream collab right now? Who would you have to hop on that remix with you?
Man, I don't know. Like, I got somebody in mind, but I feel like if I say it right
DeVito?
now, I'm going to jinx it. I feel like I'm going to say I'm going to jinx it. Nah, it's an American artist.
Okay.
It's an American artist. And I ain't going to say his name yet, but we gonna come back to this interview when it happened. But just know that he an American drill artist.
Okay. Are there
I ain't gonna say
any
his name.
quote unquote Afro drill rappers out or
Yo, let me tell you something. And that's a good thing you just asked me, because when I started making Afro drill in America, I did not know of one artist that was consistently popping for doing this, respected for doing this. I did my research. It was not really nobody really owning it. And if they was, they weren't doing it the way I was doing it. The way I was doing it was different. And nobody, when I mean different, nobody was remixing these old school Afro samples
right?
the way I was doing it. Nobody was doing that. People were rapping on drill beats in their African lingo and calling it Afro drill. That's cool. What I did is that I rapped the same way I rapped since day one over a beat that I executive produced. And I told the producer, yo, drill this sample, it's going to go far. You feel me? He didn't understand what it was. And I was like, yeah, you're not African. You're not going to understand. But send me the beat.
Right.
Sent me the beat, laced it. Nobody ever remixed, like, African samples as far as United States go. Because I know there's a lot of Afro drill everywhere. But as far as United States go, nobody was doing that out here before me, realistically, But, I mean, I feel like the people know that. The fans know that, and, they'll figure it out.
So right now you're kind of like the king in this lane.
Yeah, when it come out here, yeah, ain't nobody touching me with this Afro drill wave. There's a lot of people right now trying to perpetrate the wave too, and I just wanted to speak on that. You know what I'm saying?
Okay. In what way?
It's not only like, you see how I said I was the first to start out here in the States to start remixing these Afro samples and
Right.
hopping on them combined with the drill, fused with the drill. People used to hear my shit. Instead of them to tap in with me to want to do music with me, they try to take the wave away from me. You feel what I'm saying? Like, what I mean by take the wave away from me is like, try to do it and market it to say that you did it first when you know damn well, like, I inspired you. You know what I'm saying? So I seen a lot of that. And even this guy, Poetik Flakko, man, like, he's not the only one. Like, and he's not the first one. But it hit me when he did it, because we and him we had a relationship. Poetik Flakko, you know what I'm talking about? Yeah. So boom. Yeah.
What's the story with that?
Poetik Flakko, man, like, that dude, man, we been cool for some years and shit like that. Always had a solid relationship. He's always been good in my book, vice versa.
Have you guys met each other before, or like in person, or no?
Nah. We
Okay.
never met each other in person, but we used to work with each other.
Okay.
We started working with each other online. He used to do Spotify playlists. I used to teach him stuff about Spotify. He used to put me on. He used to playlist my songs. We had a relationship.
This was before No Jumper, right?
way before No
Okay.
Jumper. Like, I'm talking about way before, like, at least a year plus, a year and a half, 2 years before. 2 years before No Jumper, me and Flakko was like homies. Like, we talked, like, he knew my team. He didn't just know me. He knew my manager. He knew my publicist. He knew my tech guy. He knew everybody on my squad, because we had a mutual respect. You know what I'm saying? Then, and I just feel like if we homies like that. So what he did, basically, let me get to what he did.
Mm-hmm.
I seen an interview. Somebody texts me and they saying, yo, look at what your mans was just talking with some other artists on No Jumper. So I look at the clip. I see Flakko, right, my mans, talking to two African artists, two African artists, two artists that's African. I wouldn't say
Right.
African artists. Two artists that are African, Nigerian, and he's preaching Afro drill to them.
Okay.
And the connect, and shouts out to them, because I ain't got no issue with them. But the issue that I have there is like, yo, I texted you this wave for over a year. I've been sending it to you like, yo, look at the new sound that I'm doing. Look at the new sound that I'm doing. I even went to the extent to even asking him, like, this my homie, like, yo, like, are you gonna be on No Jumper? Because I'm trying to get my video on there, and if I get my video on there, I want you to be talking about it on there. I want you to be the one on there talking about it when it get on there type shit, because I don't want I want some familiarity. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, if I get my video on No Jumper, I have to send it to them, DMing it to them, inquiring and all of that shit, and my man's Flakko's up there talking about it like, yo, I know him. That's gonna make a more comfortable environment to talk about my video, you feel me? But nah, I sent Magic 30 to Flakko at least 2 to 3 to 4 times since it came out last year. It's almost been a year old right now. It's been buzzing. But yeah, I sent it to him. He told me he was gonna tap into it on his own personal YouTube 2 times.
Right.
I'm the type of person, I'm not about to be entitled to a handout. I feel like him saying he's gonna tap into it on live, I don't gotta follow up with you for that, because that's your platform, it's your YouTube, it's not No Jumper. Whenever you want to do it, it's up to you. I don't give a fuck.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You gotta be fair. But when I'm sending my shit to you 2 to 4 times, you saying you gonna tap in, you never did tap in, I don't take it personal. Then somebody hit my phone like, your homie is on No Jumper talking to other artists about afro-drill. When this is the same conversation that I've been trying to have with you for close to a year. It's like, bro, that was some lame shit. You feel what I'm saying? I've been in a lot of spaces where people would, you know, they would come for Flakko, or they would come at me for defending Flakko.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And I ain't really give a fuck, because not everybody gonna like you. You know, like, not everybody gonna fuck with you. So, but I'm the type of person, like, I show my loyalty different. You know what I'm saying? I don't give a fuck if 100 people don't fuck with you that I know. If I fuck with you, you good. You know what I'm saying? Now, do I expect the same from Flakko? Apparently, from the looks of it, nah, I don't. You know what I'm saying? I'm starting to understand that he more so on some industry shit, and that's cool, because I just understand what it is. You know what I'm saying? But don't try to pitch my wave to somebody else after I've been sending it to you. Then I took it a step further, going in your Discord. I'm in his Discord. He showed me
Reaching out to him.
Reaching out to him.
Okay.
I'm in his Discord. Everybody in his Discord, they fuck with me. They respect me. You know why? Because Flakko sanctioned me in his Discord. This my nigga Joe. Respect him. Yo, this, that, and the third. Like, yo, we used to do this, and this back in the day, yada, yada, yada. So you showing everybody you fuck with me, then you gonna do me dirty.
So you kind of feel slighted in a way.
I feel OD slighted. Like,
Right.
how you gonna talk about a genre you heard me do first and bring out here, and then all of the New York niggas, the tri-state niggas that you interviewing, you ain't even talking about, like, you know what I'm saying, the nigga that put you onto this wave. You wasn't talking about afro-drill before Joe O. You was never talking about afro-drill. So the fact that you talking about afro-drill right now is kind of weird, bruh. And that's why it's funny, because shouts out to people like you, shouts out to people like Chigs, and shouts out to people like Ack, because even Ack, when I had dropped the shit on my page, when I first dropped Magic 30, he commented on that shit. You feel me? Like, he didn't owe me nothing for that. Like, you know what I'm saying? I sent you the shit, you show love. Like, yo, this is a dope wave. Like, I fuck with it, I respect it. That's all I'm looking for. Like, don't try to, like, tell me you fuck with my shit, and then you go in an interview with Joe Schmo and then be like, yo, you heard of afro-drill? You heard of afro-drill? It's like, you giving away my wave, bro. I'm an independent artist. The artists he talking to about afro-drill, they sign. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, so
that look would have meant a lot more to you at that time with that interview.
I mean, man, real shit, fuck that look. I'm just all about the respect. Fuck the look. That look wouldn't have done nothing for me, real shit. If he said, Joe, you know what I would have done? I would have cropped it out, gave him a shout out. It would have done him the due diligence. Because now when people hear about afro-drill after that, they know that Flakko put me on. Flakko's mans, or the artist that Flakko associate with, you know what I'm saying? So fuck him and his shout out. I don't need your shout out, but don't go start trying to say my shit to somebody else. You feel me? That's where you fucking up at. You feel what I'm saying? So I tried calling him 3 to 4 times. I tried texting him. Once he didn't pick up the two first calls, I texted him. I was like, all right, you in Cali, my nigga. I'm on the other coast. I'm going to text you. I texted him 2 to 3 times, no answer.
No response.
Yeah. After that, I call him again, no answer. That's when I go to his fucking Discord. And I go to his Discord, bruh, I'm in his Discord chatting to people that I know, you know what I'm saying, that respect me, that I respect. You know, we kicking it, and I'm letting them know, like, letting them know the situation, because I'm seeing if we could resolve this shit. You know what I'm saying? Because at the whole time when this was going on, a part of me was still making excuses for him that maybe he just forgot. You know what I'm saying? Maybe, like, you know, he just, you know, I'm not on his mind type shit. And that happens. But rarely does it happen where you miss something out and then you're approached about it and then you ignore that too. Nah, that's not a mistake right there. That's you ignoring me, my nigga. And it's like, bro, I don't need your fucking clout. Like Flakko is dumb as hell because he probably think like I don't give a fuck about your clout, bro. I care about the respect. Like, let afro-drill or magic study don't blow up, but at least let me know you respect me,
right,
for being my homie type shit. That's where it's like, if he wasn't my homie and he did that, cool. All I would probably go in your comments say, fuck you, you know I started that shit first. But it's like, it's no smoke with you.
Yeah.
But if you my homie, somebody that we got a relationship with,
yeah,
you just the industry ass nigga. I'm not even mad at you. I just understand who you are and I understand what you about. You know what I'm saying? But I ain't on that shit though.
Yeah. I think it would have been dope if he would have invited you up there after he had those guys on to basically clear it up and say, hey, I actually started this. This was my wave. Or, you know, just to give you some, you know, some looks. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Would you go up there to No Jumper?
In the heat of everything, if it was to clear up the situation with Flakko, yeah.
Okay.
But I'm like, bro, I don't give a fuck about no interview particularly. I came up here and I sat with you because I respect you. You know what I'm saying? And I understand it's a business, but like I think that shit is lost. Like, and I think that's why I'm an artist, bro. Because like when it come to business and all that shit, I'll be like, bro, I move based off of how I feel, bro. I mean, like, I feel like I fuck with Chigs, so I'm going to hit you up. I'm going to be like, all right, let's get this interview done. But it's just like, I never felt the need to press Flakko for an interview. Like, never. I never did. He could never say I asked him for an interview. He could go through all of our text messages, all our DMs. I never asked him for an interview since the day he started working No Jumper. And I knew before he started getting on No Jumper. I never told him, like, yo, when you get on there, like, what the fuck? Like, like it's not my speed.
Hopefully that gets cleared up, you know, because it sounds like a misunderstanding. But then I did reach out to Flakko to see if he wanted to call in. He never hit me back. So, hey, who knows?
Man, look, Chigs, that's some foo-foo shit, man. Flakko's on some fool shit right now. I'm not going to sugarcoat it because it's like, if I respect you, like, if you violate, best believe, like, if I try to, like, situate everything and you on that type of time, trying to ignore and all that shit, I'm going to violate you back, bro. Because especially on this type of time, like, you're not about to take my wave, go talk to it with some other people, some other artists, and act like you never heard the shit from me first. Nah, fuck that shit. I'm standing on shit now. It's 2023. Closed mouths don't get fat.
Yo, Flakko, you got to make it right, Flakko. You got to make it right, yo. What's your biggest goal right now?
My biggest goal,
yeah,
man. My biggest goal is financial freedom. Like, I ain't gonna lie to you. Like, I just want to be in a point where I could just wake up, 10 of my friends, 10 of my homies, my family, anybody close to me. Yo, let's go over here. Let's go vacay. Financial freedom, bro. I already do what I love. I make music. That's what I love to do.
Yeah.
It's only gonna keep on getting better from here and keep on growing. So I think like just a point where I could make my people around me that I really care about financial free. I feel like you ain't really doing nothing until you can make somebody else financial free. So financial freedom, I could say that.
That's real, man. That's real. I think that's what everyone should definitely, you know, aspire to do.
Hell yeah.
You know, because you want to be in a better position, and also you also want to put people on around you. You know what I mean?
It feel good. It feel good. I feel like it feel good when you can just put somebody on for no reason type shit. Like, you know what? Like, you could just see somebody on the side of the road walking, and then you just be like, yo, you know what? Like, something about this dude, like that feeling and that connection, I be having that sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
So I might just want to bless somebody just cause, like, you know what I'm saying? Just cause I feel the connection and shit like that. So like, yeah, I would want to do that for my homies. I want to do that from people I see grinding, coming up just like me.
Right.
Like, if you not on until you could put on somebody like you coming up.
That's real.
Mm-hmm.
That's
Real
real.
shit.
Yo, Joe, tell the people what you have going on.
Yo, so boom, it's the summertime right now. I got bangers on bangers on bangers loading, about to drop. Any project that I got, you're gonna be able to get that shit after the summer. I'm trying to spoil y'all with bangers the whole summer. There's gonna be videos dropping, content. Follow me on Apple, Spotify, TikTok, my Instagram. I'm gonna be uploading. Y'all gonna be entertained for real. So yeah.
What's the number one thing that you want people to know about Joe?
Joe,
The number one takeaway.
The number one takeaway,
Right.
is that I get shit done. GSD, that's my brand. That's everything. That's all you need to know about me. I get shit done everywhere I go. So if you're not on that time, you can't align with me. And if you're not on that time, I motivate you to get on that time. You feel me? Because that's what my brand is about. My brand, GSD, get shit done. It's about motivating people to, to overcome adversity and shit, to stop thinking, stop overthinking shit, and get shit done. So that's what I want people to take away and know about me when this is all said, that I got shit done, and I encourage you too.
I like that. Listen, Joe, and I appreciate you coming on, man.
Man, I
where can
appreciate
people
you, sir.
find you, bro?
Man, people can find me on Apple at JOE space O. That's Joe O. Same thing on Spotify. And on Instagram, that's at Joe Ogun, at JOEOGUN. Twitter, Real Joe O. REALJOE. TikTok, we going up on TikTok, you heard? TikTok is JOEO732. And you feel me? If you see me outside, holla. Know that.
What's the song that you want them to stream right now?
Magic Sturdy.
Can we get a little dance? Can we get a little dance with it?
A little dance?
Can we get a little dance?
Y'all bugging. Yo, we got to do the dance. Ayo, I got my DJ here. Me and my DJ going to show y'all the dance. We going to do the dance for y'all. Yeah, we going to do the dance.
For sure. Can we get a freestyle, Joe?
Or a freestyle?
Can we get something like a light little 12, 16 bars?
Step up in the party, what we sipping Bacardi. D so good, she saying, Joe, come guard me. Ain't no contesting, no, my shots is falling. On the court and balling, nigga, I'm James Harden. Came a long way from cooking rhymes in the basement. I'm so blunt, you could even tell that I be facing. I ain't got no option, no flopping, I gotta get it. Cause I told my day ones, one day I'm gonna be the realest, it's the illest. If you really chicken, get the chicken, cause I'm a prison. Cause I got bars in the booth where I be living. I be in the kitchen, I be cooking, you be dishing, you be wishing, hold up nigga, man, mind your business. Joe Flow is nasty, my chick she classy, pull up with mad weed, I'm in the backseat, never stay ashy, I bank like Ashley, dropping mad heat, you cannot match me. That's all I'm gonna do.
Yo, that was Joe O. Go stream Magic Sturdy, and we out.
Know that.